Guys, no way. Look at this. All right, you guys aren't gonna believe what I just caught. Yep, it's true. I finally caught one. All right, so for just a little bit of context, I was just down at a creek and I forgot to bring my camera with me. And I just saw this little guy. Well, he's actually not little. This is how big he is compared to my hand. He's a pretty good size. And yeah, so I just found this guy lurking in a creek and I grabbed him. He was very slippery because these guys are extremely fast. But anyways, we're gonna get into what these animals are and some really cool facts about them. So stick around if you want to learn any more about this creature. All right, so what is this creature? That's probably the first question that you're asking. Well, he does look a little strange. Now, your first impression may be, oh, this is a turtle. Well, yes, you got that right. This is a species of turtle. Sorry about the cars in the background there. I couldn't find a better spot to film this. But anyways, sorry, that truck was loud. Anyways, so yes, this is a turtle. This is a soft-shell turtle. And we're gonna talk all about this turtle. So for starters, what you're first gonna notice about this turtle is, ow, let me see if I can tilt it down a little bit there. Oh, wow, stop biting the camera, no. Okay, anyways, what you'll probably first notice is the snout right there. Now, that snout is very distinct, and that's how you know it's a soft-shell turtle. And basically, that snout allows them to breathe. So these are a burrowing species of turtle. They like to burrow in sand, under the water. They're an aquatic species, but they like to burrow into the sand and mud and stuff like that. And basically, they have this really long necks, a lot like snapping turtles. They're extremely long, and they'll stick them up above the water. Here we go. So that, and then that long nose right there helps it so they don't have to get out of the sand to breathe. They can just stick their neck up and use that nostril like a snorkel sort of thing. So next thing you'll probably notice is this long and surprisingly smooth shell. Well, the reason why they're called soft-shell turtles is because if I show you a little bit of their back shell, it's really flimsy and very soft. It literally feels like leather. So that's why they're called soft-shell turtles. And we don't exactly know why God created these turtles to have soft shells. But a really neat thing is that since they have these really, there's a wasp. Since they have these really smooth shells and very flat shells, they're allowed to speed along the water extremely fast. They are some of the fastest turtles like I've ever seen in my life. Even on land, these guys are surprisingly fast. Most people say turtles are extremely slow. These guys are not slow. They are the opposite. These guys are very fast. It's very hard to catch. That's why I wanted to film this video so badly, because I never get to catch these because it's just so hard to get your hands on them. So, next thing, in North America, there are, I believe, 2 species of soft shells. I believe there is the spiny softshell and smooth softshell. Now, I think there might be some other subspecies, but those are the 2 main species that you'll probably hear about most often. So anyways, let's get another little view of this guy here. So the reason why, so this is the spiny softshell species, and this is the one we have down in here in Oklahoma. So how you can tell this is a spiny softshell species is, look at those spines right at the front of their shell touching the neck. Those are spines, and that's why they're called spiny softshells. And also, there are some more spines running down the entire length of their back. Next, you'll notice is that how you can tell their spine. Whoa, cut. The next distinction is that you see those 2 little spikes to seam. That's what it looks like inside their nose. Smooth softshells do not have those little spines in their nose. However, spiny softshells do because, I mean, spiny, right? I mean, there's got to be spines everywhere, basically. Another really cool factor about this turtle is that, let me show you. When you flip to the side and take a look at their plastron, it's just plain white. And they barely have, so by the way, this is not hurting the turtle in any way. So basically they don't have too much plastron down here, just a little bit. And basically they have this huge skin part right under there. So yeah, that's something that's really cool about these turtles as well, is that they don't have too much plastron under there. And their plastron is actually surprisingly smooth like the rest of their body. So this guy in particular has a few little leeches on him. I got some of the bigger ones off, but some of the smaller ones are still on there, and it's hard to get them off because he will try and bite you. So typically these turtles will feast on worms and some like really soft bugs, kind of like that, some soft invertebrates and stuff. They like just smooth, not really hard insects, as you could say. So they like the worms, the grubs, the slugs, everything like that. Like anything that like slides down their throat really easily. And they get a little bit bigger than this, actually. They can get really big. It's really surprising. So this guy, he won't get too much bigger than this. This is a really good size softshell turtle. And I cannot exactly tell you the gender of this specific turtle. I can tell you the gender of pretty much any other turtle, aquatic species. I have not done the research on the gender telling of these turtles. Ooh, sorry, buddy. But anyways, so basically, juveniles, I've kept multiple juveniles for quite a long time, actually. And they get really small. The juveniles are probably like this big, a little bit bigger than a quarter. And then they grow to be monsters like this. They just grow absolutely ginormous. So it's a really awesome turtle. They're one of my favorite turtle species. I love catching these guys. And yes, their bites can hurt and they can be very uncooperative at times, but still really fun to get them on camera because I never get them on camera ever. So it's just really cool. So anyways, we're gonna let this guy go. And yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. All right, I'm letting him go right at this part of it. It's the same creek, it's just a different part. So I'm just gonna, it's a little bit deeper over here, so it'll be good for him. See ya, dude. Wow, so cool.